Yes, and it's fire. Oh my God. Yo, hold on.
Don't move, boy. Bad boy. Don't move.
Welcome to Crime Time News and Entertainment with a Buzz. It is obvious that dancehall artists don't make great role models. They don't make great baby fathers, and it seems as if they are not very great presenters at awards show either, or at least in this case. There was some sort of award show that was held in a Trinidad, I think, don't quote me, Caribbean Music Award. And it seems as if the promoters, the producers of this show decided that we're going to use a specific artist. His name is Roger Wild. Roger Wild is a hot artist, so therefore they said to themselves, well, it should not be this hard for this artist to go on stage, call the name of the persons who are nominees, and also call the name of the winner. Well, people, they thought that it should have been easy, like 1, 2, 3. However, whatever transpired at this show, I am sure that Roger Wild will never get the opportunity to be a presenter at any sort of show on any of those planets out there, including Earth. So like the saying goes, the proof is in the pudding. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
You can't be afraid to think outside the box. And the recipient for the 2023 Soca Impact Award showed all of them qualities here and more. Yeah. So we will find out who are the recipients. Sinful.
The nominees.
Okay.
And the winner is?
Yeah, they're not supposed to bring one thing from here. Yeah, we're not supposed to give Patrice one thing. Yeah,
And the winner is?
The winner of the 2023 Soca Impact Award.
Pumper. Make some noise.
Now, people, like I said, I was not there. However, I am sure that whenever the promoters, producers, and directors of these shows are keeping them, there is some form of rehearsal, there is some sort of teleprompter, there is some sort of instruction that is given. All right, she is going to call the name and then you are going to call the winner, vice versa. But it seems as if whenever you are under the influence of some sorts of J-Ray and Neville, whenever you are smoking some sorts of spliff laced with lizard tail or sipping upon some sorts of scissor, it might influence the things that you say and the thoughts or the words that come from your mouth. So just based on the video evidence, it was obvious that Roger Wild was under the influence of something and it was not influencing him to follow the protocol, to follow his line as he should have. And that is why people always say, some of them dancehall artists here is not the sharpest tool in the sheds. They are one sandwich short of a picnic basket. They are fully done, and people, this is yet an perfect example. Because the fact is that whenever you leave from Jamaica as a dancehall artist and go to a next country, you are representing the genre, you are representing Jamaica. So therefore, the least that you could do is have respect for yourself, respect for the genre, respect for your country, and just stay away from sipping on the scissor, stay away from that spliff that is laced with lizard tail, stay away from the J-Ray and Neville, at least for the show, until it is completed. That is not such a hard task now, is it? Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that dancehall artist VYBZ KARTEL was doing some sorts of interview with a very popular podcast in the United States. I think these people are from Hot 97 FM that is in New York. One of the questions that he was asked, now since you are released, what is the possibility that you might get back your US visa/work permits? This is exactly what VYBZ KARTEL had to say. Take a listen, take a look.
So wait. So technically, I'm guessing you're not supposed to be in the U.S. Yet. Yeah. Will there be a time when you can come back and perform in the U.S.? Definitely, because I've never. My record is clean, both in Jamaica and in America. I've never been convicted anywhere. Wait, because what happened? The way you got out is gone. Exactly. So I'm not a convict. My conviction is just gone, and I'm back to being a regular citizen.
So people, you hear what VYBZ Kartel had to say pertaining to that question. He is no sort of convicted felon, not in Jamaica, not in America. So therefore, he is qualified for a United States visa. However, people, the criteria with a United States visa plus a work permit, it is not a right, it is a privilege. So therefore, because you are qualified, it does not mean that you will get it. Not going to say that he won't, but me just say it is a privilege, not a right. That is granted to just anybody that applies. Now, people, obviously, VYBZ Kartel is going to be very optimistic about his chances. Based on the fact of what the law says, a man is innocent until proven guilty, or even if he is guilty, and then he beats it on appeal. It comes back down to he has no sorts of conviction in America nor in Jamaica. However, I want you to take a look to what the lawyer has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
I've been asked that question a lot, and I mean, I have represented certain artists who have tried to get back their visa. So the biggest thing that they're going to look at is his admissibility, right? They will now look and see, well, did he have previous charges, right? And then this particular case, it's so unique because it's high profile, right? So if, for instance, they say it was a complete mistrial, right? And it's no longer on his record as an actual charge, well, I mean, there is a case to be fought, but again, it's so high profile. And the way how immigration works is that, I mean, even with a conviction or no conviction, they can still look at the pleadings and make a determination to see if this person will be a danger to society. So if Mr. Palmer comes out and he makes a positive impact on the community and he's no longer deemed a threat, I can definitely see where there is some type of possibility.
Right.
Yeah. So that's just my personal opinion based on certain other cases and seeing other people who have had issues in their past get back their visa.
Now you heard what the lawyer said. Admissibility. Does he fit the criteria to be admitted in the United States? Does he have a criminal past? Does he have a criminal record? Does he have a criminal reputation? Most importantly, does he have a criminal conviction for any sorts of serious crime, aggravated felony /MURDER? The most important criteria for admissibility is that you don't have any sorts of conviction. However, does he have a reputation? Is his name being called up in any sorts of criminal activity? Does he have any sorts of gang ties? What are the circumstances of the case in which he was charged for? How did he beat this conviction? Was it on a technicality or was he actually innocent and not guilty? People, these are questions that the immigration is going to ask. And the fact that this was a high-profile case, I am sure that they are going to contact the relevant authorities in Jamaica. And what do you think the relevant authority is going to say? So yes, they are going to want to hear from the relevant authority in Jamaica, but the final decision is going to be theirs. Immigration, Customs Enforcement, Border Patrol. So even with a non-conviction, they are going to want to know, is this person a danger to our society? If we allow this person to come to our country, United States of America, will he negatively influence the place? will he more than likely be affiliated with any sorts of criminal activities? Is he making a positive impact if we give him this visa? So people like me say, we understand that there are rules and there are protocols, stipulation that applies to these visa, these work permits. In the case as it pertains to Buju Banton, he was a convicted felon. His case was not clear. He did not beat it on any sorts of appeal, but he got the opportunity still. And the opportunity that he got was based on the fact that there is only one Buju Banton. He would have a positive impact, especially economically for the country or other companies that are US based. So therefore, he going to make that company millions. He is going to make them millions in taxes. He is going to make money for himself. At the age of Buju Banton, almost 50 or probably 50 something, is he going to have any sorts of negative effects? Is he going to be a positive role model? What are the chances of somebody at 50 doing the same thing that they would do when they are 20? As it pertains to VYBZ Kartel, the same thing might apply. So I say this to say that money is the motive. Money moves mountains. So even though your reputation might be bad, the fact that you are going to positively influence the economy makes it very likely that you might get this visa. Even though your reputation is bad, even though you don't have any sorts of conviction. So at the end of the day, it is going to come down to the pros and the cons. What are the likely possibilities of being negative versus positive? Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called your attitude determines your altitude. And I'm speaking about an incident that I see transpiring all over social media, specifically on YouTube as it pertains to Nightly Fix the Fix. And also an ex-blogger, let's be honest, J Free, Free's Family and Toxic Talk. Now, he has been buzzing on all three platforms, so therefore it seems as if people kind of like him, like me say. However, it seems as if the tables kind of start to turn when he parted ways with his co-host. I am speaking about Walk and Talk. Yes, even after Walk and Talk left, he was still doing his stuff. He was still buzzing. He was still one of the hottest bloggers in all of social media. Jamaican bloggers, that is. But people, it seems as if the hype started to get to him. It seems as if the love started to fizzle out. And then it seems as if he was starting to fall like some sorts of falling star. Now, people, I am not going to say that he is a falling star, but the status that he was at a couple of months ago is nothing like the status that he's been relegated to, which is even better than most bloggers out there. So I am not going to say that he is not still popping, he is not still buzzing, but me just say him thing kind of dwindle down because of his personality. I told him before when this first started to happen, listen, this is social media. You might think that you know, but you really don't know. These people will love you. These people will rate you. But the same mouth will say Ray or the same mouth will say nay. They will switch on you very, very easy. Especially whenever you start act as if you are better. When you get too hype, you start to lose your stripe. And it seems that is exactly what transpired as it pertains to Jay. And what is even worse, it is the same podcast, meaning Nightly Fix the Fix, in which he used to diss, he used to exalt himself on every given opportunity. The table seems to have turned, and the person that was leading is now behind, and the person that was behind is now leading. Things have changed polarly, drastically. So therefore, if Jeffrey knows what I know, as it pertains to social media, he needs to do some sorts of damage control. He needs to humble himself. It can only get worse. We've seen empires crumble before. So don't ever let your arrogance fool you and think that you are beyond that happening to you. Or you might learn the hard or harder way. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, it is quite obvious that dancehall artist Black Rhino does not have any sorts of shame. Because he keeps running back to VYBZ Kartel, running back to Sean Storm, he is trying to ride some sorts of wave. But it seems as if that wave has turned some sorts of tsunami. It is officially over for Black Rhino as it pertains to being a part of the Gaza camp ever again. Now this was quite obvious in an interview that Sean Storm did with Isaac Buchanan, and it became even more obvious again when the subject was brought up. What is your impression or opinion as it pertains to Black Rhino? Sean Storm made it abundantly clear that, listen, him never did it when we did lock up in the 13 years, so therefore don't run in. Sean Storm also said something which I found very confusing and found very contrary. When he was asked, what is the situation as it pertains to Popcorn? Sean Storm said he has zero problem with Popcorn. Now people, isn't that kind of contradicting when he had a song out there a couple of years ago saying that the new name for Informer is Poppy? He claimed that that was spliced and it was some sort of DJ, some sort of producer that put in a name that says Poppy. People, that does not make any sorts of sense. So I say this to say that is it kind of strange that Sean Storm is now claiming that he has no sorts of problem with Popcorn? Is it because of the status of Popcorn? Is it because Popcorn does not need VYBZ Kartel, does not need Gaza? As a matter of fact, his career elevated when VYBZ Kartel was locked up. Not to say that VYBZ Kartel was bringing him down. He just took the opportunity and he made something better for himself. He really does not need Sean Storm and he definitely does not need VYBZ Kartel. However, it might be better for his career because you know what could be the repercussion. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel.